Today is Tuesday, Parashat Chayei. In the parasha of this week, Sarah Imenu, our matriarch, passes away, and Avraham Avinu purchases a burial place for her to be buried. It's Me'arat HaMachpelah. This is a place where, in a field, in a place in it that Adam and Chava were buried there. Abraham and Sarah will be buried there, Rivka and Yitzchak and Yaakov and Leah. There is a certain dialogue there between Ephron, who's the owner of that field, and Avraham Avinu as to the cost involved. And Ephron ends up asking for an exorbitant price. Avraham pays it. And then the verse says, Vayakom sede Ephron asher b'machpelah asher lifnei mamrei hasadeh v'hama'ara asher bo. That field and that burial place that is in it was acquired by Avraham Avinu, but the verse used for being acquired is Vayakom. It was elevated. And Rashi says, Tekuma haitalo. There was an elevation that happened to that field, to that area, that plot. Sheyatzam yad ediot, that it left the ownership of somebody who was a very simple person, Ephron, le'ad melech, to the hand of a king. Abraham here is described as a king. He was the leader. He was the forefather. He was the one who, the first of our forefathers, a righteous person, a tzaddik. Whatever we own as a person is something that can be used for different ends, for different purposes. It can be used for very positive purposes. It could be used sometimes for futile pursuits, or unfortunately sometimes for negative purposes. So whatever a person owns, when it goes into the ownership of a righteous person who will use it for good ends, then that asset, that physical asset, could be land, it could be objects, is in some way elevated to a higher level. Because when Hashem created the world, everything in it is to serve man. The question is, what does man do with whatever belongs to him? What does he do with it? Does he use it for doing mitzvot? Does he use it for serving Hashem? Does he use it in negative ways? So when it comes into the possession of a tzaddik, then the verse says, Vayakom, he was elevated. And this is one of the lessons from the parasha of this week. Baruch Adonai le'olam, amen ve'amen.